As I talk with people interested in testing the truth of the Christian worldview, a common question I hear is this: does the biblical account of human origins fit the scientific evidences of biological evolution? To answer this question, let me explore a few key ideas. First, let's look at Genesis and human origins. Genesis 1 and 2 tells us that God created the first two humans, Adam and Eve, and that all other humans are the biological descendants of this first couple. In chapter 1, Moses records the very words of God: "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them. From this passage we discern two ideas. The first is expressed by the Latin phrase Deus dixit ergo sum, or God said, therefore I am. That is to say, humanity came into existence by the special command of God and not through any natural process. The second idea is expressed by the Hebrew phrase B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. That is to say, humanity was created with a sacred nature unlike any other creature on earth or in heaven. As an atheist, Charles Darwin looked for an alternative explanation for human origins. Darwin believed that despite his lack of confirming evidence, sometime in the future people would look back to his day and wonder how any true scientist could have believed that animals and humans were the result of a quote-unquote separate act of creation. Now, if we compare the biblical account of divine creation with Darwin's naturalistic worldview, we see some potential areas of scientific agreement, but also a clear disagreement over human origins. Now, it's true that even among Christians there is some debate regarding the second-order doctrine of the Earth's age and the length of the creation days. Yet both Old and Young Earth creationists agree on the first-order doctrine that humans are not biological descendants of the animals. In contrast, Darwin's belief that nature alone explained the origins of humans as nothing more than advanced apes certainly set his theory apart. So what we have before us are two very different worldviews. One believes that God is the necessary and sufficient cause of all life, and the other believes that a godless nature can explain the origins of life. In defense of their worldview, both sides offer a testable scientific theory. Advocates of Darwinian naturalism propose the theory of universal common descent. Universal common descent is a term illustrated by Darwin's Tree of Life, which accepts that every living organism, no matter how diverse, descended from a single ancient common ancestor. This, of course, includes humans. Advocates of biblical creation propose a theory of limited common descent. Limited common descent describes the phenotypic diversity or observable differences between a limited group of species which are descended from a common ancestor. So this theory predicts that the evidence will affirm the relationship between animals like lemurs and apes, but disprove the relationship between humans and apes. Darwinian naturalism argues for a mechanism of descent with modification, or what is sometimes called macroevolution. Advocates of biblical creation argue for the mechanism of change over time, or what is sometimes called microevolution. Both camps accept that biological life evolved in some way over time, but disagree about just how much can be proven by the observational evidences from the disciplines like biology, paleoanthropology, and geology. So what should we make of these two different worldviews and their scientific theories? As a lifelong advocate of Darwinian naturalism, David Gelernter believes that Darwin successfully explained the small adjustments by which organisms adapt to their local circumstances. Think microevolution. But, confronted by the growing evidence, he concludes that the origin of the species, or in this case the origin of humanity and macroevolution, is exactly what Darwin cannot explain. In my own years of study of the science, philosophy, and theology of human origins, I agree with Gelernter. I am convinced that the evidence best fits the Christian worldview and affirms the biblical account of special creation. So when it comes to the science of origins, what questions do you have? Do you have enough information to answer the question, does the biblical account of human origins fit the scientific evidence of biological evolution?